Watch, 50 minutes starting now. So I'm going to reverse things. Normally, these guys do elevator pitches to VCs. So I want to start off, and I think it's the time now that VCs, people with money, should pitch to the people with the ideas, right? From now, officially, it's going to happen that way around. So Cyberport, you've got 30 seconds to tell us why we should come to you to start our business.
Okay, I go first?
Yes, you go first. You are Cyberport.
Okay,
so
well, thank you very much. 30 seconds not quite enough for all the intensive program that I would like to introduce to you.
Yeah, I'll give you a minute.
Okay, 30 seconds, okay.
Right.
But in any event, I think if you're a startup, I mean, you're looking at a little bit of investment, a little bit of connections, you know, an ecosystem. We can provide like most of them. We are owned by the government, so we have a part of our programs are very generous, like the one that we work with GoGoVan on. We provide money, provide back-end support, we provide marketing support and networking. All of that are as a grant to our startups. And then of course, as you grow bigger, and then we also launched this investment fund, which we are now starting also investing and taking equities as well. So really we can work with you from very small to pretty large stage, and we'll provide different supports at different stage in different fashion.
So last time I was in Cyberport, there was a really groovy little fintech kind of hub thing happening, right? So do you see yourself having hubs for different industries, edtech, medtech? I mean, is it becoming like that? How does Cyberport?
Exactly, and our mandate is really around digital economy, digital technology. So internet plus logistic becomes GoGoVan. We have a lot of internet plus finance. So we have actually 250 fintech companies. So because of that, I think naturally we attracted a lot of different stakeholders, such as the regulators, the banks, the universities, and all of that. So that's an important element. But that's not it. I mean, we also in smart living and others. Yeah.
I'll ask you questions. I'm joking. I'm just trying to make you feel like a startup. Time's up. All right, man. GoGoVan. We'll come back to you. GoGoVan. 30 seconds. You've got a couple of seconds to think about it, right? What is GoGoVan and why should we invest in you? Ready? Go.
So GoGoVan basically is a platform that actually connects the user, no matter it's an individual to a business, connect with the drivers, movers, whatever that can actually help you with your logistic needs, right? So if you're shipping like a phone or actually a chair or even the whole office here, so you can actually go onto our platform and actually place an order and someone will be helped with you with the moving, maybe like 15 minutes.
Do they do the packing as well as the wheels?
Can, yeah.
Yeah. Man, all right, done. 30 seconds. Actually, that was 15 seconds. Okay. So let's get into the meat of this, right? He did a better job than you. He's obviously practiced a lot. But right. So I understand that, when you first started, I love this because it's a Hong Kong story, right? When you first started, you were five co-founders.
Yep.
And you had an app.
Yes.
And 23,000 Hong Kong dollars.
20,000 altogether.
Sorry, 3,000. Yeah. 20,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Yes.
And you go, Dimma. So then, what happened? What did you do? You went, where do we get money? What did you do? Did you go, what happened?
So basically, we, let's say in September 2013, so we launched the app, right? So we start with like 20,000.
Is it called GoGoVan, the app, when you launched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually we planned for like starting March. We planned for it, so we launched on July.
Okay.
We have 20,000 in our bank. So at the very beginning, we ran an office. Basically, took us 10,000 already because you have to pay the rent.
It's a cheap office, man. Where was that?
It's in Kwun Tong. It's like less than 200 square feet office, and then eventually we have like eight people inside working, right? So we have just like 10,000 left for printing all the marketing, all the things that we can do, right? So.
It's called bootstrapping, right?
Yes.
That's Hong Kong style.
Very lean. So, and then maybe after like a month or two, then actually we ran out of the 10,000 already. So we go to Cyberport and pitch for the idea. Luckily, they accept us and then actually grant us the money like a month later.
So were you there?
You were there? That. If you go today, it might not be as easy.
So who did you present to? Herman?
One
did you have like a yum cha with Herman, or was it a formal?
It's a formal like a pitch, right?
Okay.
Like 7 judges in front.
7 judges.
Yeah.
And who were you up against? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? So he goes, yeah, they've done it on 20,000. What made you decide to invest in them?
It's
GoGoVan.
interesting. It's already quite some time ago, but I actually remember GoGoVan quite well. I was in the room. I actually don't have a vote. I was there to observe. We have a panel of judges to make the decision for Cyberport, so which is very nice. And they came across as, come on. I mean, they have an app. They want to do some sort of like a Uber version of a delivery van. None of them have ever driven a van before. They don't really know the logistic business.
So you said, great, I'll invest in them.
But there's something different in this group of people. I mean, they are very passionate, and they were the one who will be they really want to understand their market. They will pretend they are delivery workers, and will
How do you say that in Cantonese? Delivery van jai. Are you a van jai? Is it?
It's like a van.
What's a driver called?
Driver,
CK.
Van jai CK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they will go talk to the drivers, pretending they're one of those I guess song for and then really learn from them, and then convince them to sign them up one by one. And we thought, wow, these are all graduates from Berkeley, UCLA, and South California.
So they were humble. You like their humility.
They're very humble. They're very practical. Very
good
very
Hong
much
Kong
grassrooted.
practicality.
Yes.
So you told me that you spent how long? 3 months. How did you recruit drivers? You went round, as Herman said, and did you dress in kind of driver kit? Did you pierce your ears and dye your hair blonde?
By the time we try to interview with driver, try to sign them up, actually we pretend we are like university students. Hong Kong university student.
So they like university students more than other drivers?
Yes, because we were trying to, we are doing some surveys. So we want to do some research, help with the Hong Kong logistic world, right? So they are happy to give you some...
Did you give them cigarettes or...?
No. We give them flyers, okay.
Flyers, okay.
Yes. So we keep talking.
Well, that's better than Uber. Uber has to pay people to recruit them, right?
So we do it by ourselves, right? So from 7 a.m. to like 6 p.m.
So 5 of you were going around Hong Kong?
3 of us.
3 of you.
So one is for and the other one is marketing, and another one is engineer, right? So 3 of us going around Hong Kong.
So how many did you recruit? How quickly did you recruit?
2 months, 500.
And so how many drivers are there in Hong Kong? Van drivers, private.
Right now, around 80,000 drivers.
So you got 500 in 2 months, 3 months, 2 months.
2 months.
So how many do you have now?
Right now it's 38,000.
38,000.
Yeah.
So do you use the same thing? You recruit students to go around and... Or have you heard of the internet? Apparently it's quite good. Like for recruiting.
Unfortunately, by the time we launch, the internet is not a friendly thing for drivers. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So drivers are still flyers.
Flyers, or even they have a smartphone, they prefer watch YouTube or watch news. That's it.
That's it.
They don't.
So he comes and they recruited. They're going out there. They're getting raw and dirty. They're recruiting, and you're like, wow. So how much money did you give them?
We actually give them our microfund, so it's $100,000 for them to continue to develop
Hong Kong.
the product. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a big? I mean, that's 5 times what you had in your bank account.
Yes, so it's quite big. By the time we have it, yes, we are happy to have it.
So what did you do with it?
Keep doing marketing, more flyers.
More flyers.
And then like I remember the money we had 2 CS, customer service, because we have to go out and nobody will take the phone or monitor the system, so we had 2 CS.
So how did you, so you're a marketplace basically, right? So how, you've got the drivers through leaflets, how do you get the customers? Your customers are?
Online Google AdWords, not much, so what we do mainly is flyers. Go to the stores, walk up to the industrial building, make sure we put it one by one.
Yeah, and in the internet world, that's called omni-channel, right? Just to make it sound sexy, but it's pieces of paper.
Oh, we still have it,
so
but
I love
we
it.
just spend 10% of our resources on there, so the rest we...
So Cyberport gives you money. What else did you find as a recipient? Herman's a very well-connected guy, so is he like, okay, you know, you got to talk to these guys, you got to talk to these guys?
Yeah, he helped us because before we didn't know much about like IP thing, right? So he helped us on that legal thing. And then we actually get in touch with more investors. So that's how it goes from there.
Nice job. So at what point do you go, yeah, Cyberport, yeah, I'm going, Dodze, bye-bye. Well, what
we
point
didn't do that.
You didn't say Dodze, bye-bye?
No.
Thank
you, but no bye-bye.
No bye-bye. Yes. So this is what I find amazing, right? 4 years ago, you raised 430,000 Hong Kong dollars. Yep. Now, today, you are raising?
A couple hundred million. US
Let me
dollar.
say that. Let me just say that number again. 430,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Yes.
200 million US dollars. That's slightly bigger, right? So what's the difference? How has your pitch changed? In the beginning, was it like, well, we're 5 guys, we're just from students.
Yeah.
Now is it like, our ARR is this, and do you have the lingo? Do you know how to talk pitch to an investor?
Yeah, so we still have to prove the P&L, right?
Yeah.
So make sure we are how we do a country, how to go to a break-even point, how many orders we have to sustain in order to break even or make profits.
Yeah.
How many drivers we actually have to have in each of the cities that we're operating, and then we are going to have that money to expand to other Asian country as well as China, more cities.
So what stage did you decide Hong Kong is too small, we have to get out of Hong Kong?
Probably around 9 months after we operate.
9 months?
Yes.
Any startups in here? Paul, where are you? How long did you take to get out of Hong Kong? So 9 months, then you were out of here?
Yeah.
Because the market was saturated?
Yeah.
Herman said, look, Heidi la.
One of the things is if you just do Hong Kong market, I don't think that will attract a lot of investment into us, right? So we have to try our model into duplicate it into different markets. So that's why we have to go out to, let's say for first, we go to Singapore.
Yeah. Singapore first?
Yeah.
Because?
One of our early investor, actually Series A investor, is actually from Singapore.
Okay. So he gave you money and access.
And access and actually help us do the network, open all the doors.
So Herman, was this the point that you said, I'm not going to give people free money anymore, GoGoVan, this time we had our own real fund and we got shares in exchange?
No. We continue to provide very generous programs to startups.
So you have the micro fund. Can you just say the names of them again? Because they've all got acronyms.
So
CCMM.
CCMF, that's the Cyberport Creative Micro Fund.
Okay, which
that's
is up to
$100,000
okay.
for idea into prototype, very early stage.
Okay.
And then after that, if they think they want to build a company, they can join the incubation program, which I think GoGoVan is also.
That's what was called the IncuTrain before, right?
It was called IncuTrain, but we call it incubation program. So
okay.
people associated with that a little bit better. So that's another $330,000 Hong Kong.
There's still a grant, right?
Still a grant.
Okay.
And then we launched something else which GoGoVan didn't take advantage of, is what we call the Accelerator Support Program, which we will support startups to join Accelerator, such as YC 500 startup, or locally to join the Accenture FinTech Innovation Lab and all that. So that's another $300,000. Also grants. So all of that is grants that we provide for our startups. And then we will, after that, we figure out, okay, we have good news of such as GoGoVan, TNG, they just raised $115 million. Klook, they raised another, $60 million recently. And then Bonded, they raised another $40 million. We are very happy about this. The problem, though, we don't have any equity in any of these companies. So there's a slight problem.
No, we've still got time left. Don't cut me off. No. So it's now 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Can I just ask?
30 seconds.
Wait. Something very important. Sorry. Something very important has happened. You've copied DD and Uber, and you've merged, right? You've merged with Uber.
Yes.
So why would you merge with say that again. Why would you merge with a Chinese company that does something similar to you?
So 58 Suyun is actually doing B2C market in China, while actually GoGoVan is doing B2B market in China. So by combining together, we get the synergy to gain the drivers, and actually we can provide a one-stop solution for everyone. That's why we have to merge together.
You've been talking to PR people, haven't you? Well, so I have a question.
Really.
The last question I have to ask, it came from the internet when I posted this, and it's a little bit political.
Okay.
But you need to answer this one.
Okay.
It's from a guy who runs something called the Ocean Recovery Program. In other words, lots of rubbish in the water, right? Which Hong Kong suffers from. He says, somebody like GoGoVan is in the supply chain logistics business. What are you doing with reverse supply chain to aggressively recover materials, right? So a lot of the people pushing stuff out, how are you bringing it back?
Wow.
I thought it was a good question.
Okay, let him think about it, and we'll come back to
All right.
Let's wrap.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, think about it. Come back later.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Napoleon.
Good job.
Thank you.